Standard diet advice completely fails to account for your body's unique hormonal environment. After 50, you are getting hit with four major biological realities all at the exact same time. Number one, muscle mass heavily declines. Number two, your mitochondrial function drops, meaning your cells are just less efficient at burning fat. Number three, sleep quality changes. And get this, just one night of poor sleep can raise your fasting insulin by 20 to 30% the very next day. No way, right? And finally, you have these massive hormonal shifts, like huge drops in estrogen and testosterone, which previously helped protect your insulin sensitivity. Now, think about our typical morning routines. You wake up, grab the phone, start doom scrolling, immediately feel stressed, stay planted in bed or a chair, and then eventually grab a sugary coffee. Right? But let's look at the harsh hormonal reality of that. That phone stress pushes your cortisol even higher. Sitting completely still keeps your muscles totally inactive, and then that sugary coffee just crashes your already spiked blood glucose. By making those totally standard choices, your fat storage switch is locked entirely into the on position by like 8 a.m. Normally, every time you eat, your pancreas releases insulin to usher sugar or glucose into your cells so you can use it for energy, right? But as we get older, our cells gradually stop responding to it. They become, well, resistant. Your body is still pumping the insulin out, but the cells are essentially locking the doors. So what happens? Your body panics and pumps out even more. This is what we call insulin resistance, and it acts exactly like a fat storage switch that is literally superglued in the on position. It tells your body to hoard belly fat, it drives those crazy sugar cravings, and it leaves you feeling just chronically exhausted all the time. Section 2, the morning cortisol trap. Basically what happens before you even wake up. You see, a lot of folks try to fix insulin resistance by just eating less, but they're totally ignoring what's going on while they're still lying in bed. Your body does not just hit a clean reset button when you wake up. Instead, it goes through something called the cortisol awakening response. Cortisol is your built-in stress and wake-up hormone, so it naturally spikes to get you out of bed. But here's the major catch. After 50, this spike signals your liver to just dump glucose straight into your bloodstream, even if you haven't eaten a single thing. We call this the dawn phenomenon. Your blood sugar is shooting up all on its own, flooding your entire system with insulin before you've even thought about breakfast. But here is where we get to completely flip the script. Researchers are seeing that if you interrupt this exact hormonal chain reaction right at the source, you can lower your insulin levels up to 6 times faster than if you were to simply skip breakfast alone. 6 times! That is huge! Which brings us to Section 3, the 3-minute morning habit. This is how we interrupt that chain of events. Okay, let's get right into it. Here's how you execute a really fast, highly actionable routine during that critical morning window. It literally takes 3 minutes right there in your bedroom. Step 1, 60 seconds of gentle muscle activation. We're talking slow squats, standing marches, maybe some calf raises. Why? Because your muscles are essentially your body's ultimate glucose disposal system. When you contract them, they literally suck up blood sugar without even needing insulin at all. Step 2, 60 seconds of box breathing. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. This instantly activates your vagus nerve, which rapidly puts the brakes on that morning cortisol spike. And finally, step 3, 60 seconds of hydration. Just drink 16 ounces of water with a little pinch of salt or a squeeze of lemon. You see, you wake up mildly dehydrated, which actually thickens your blood and spikes your cortisol even further. That little bit of salt just helps your cells actually absorb the water. And you know, this totally solves our 6 times faster mystery. While intermittent fasting is fantastic, just skipping your breakfast doesn't fix high morning cortisol, right? It doesn't switch on your muscles to clear out that blood sugar, and it definitely doesn't rehydrate your cells. But when you create this synergistic effect, combining muscle uptake, cortisol regulation, and cellular hydration, you make fasting exponentially more effective. Or, you just perfectly prime your body for a healthy, regular breakfast. Section 4, the post-50 metabolic shift. Why standard advice entirely fails older adults. To really put that into perspective, look at this. By the time you hit age 55, your muscle loss can reach a staggering 15 to 20%. Since muscle is your absolute primary way to get rid of blood sugar, losing it means all that extra sugar just sits in your blood, demanding way more insulin to deal with it. This is exactly why those first 60 seconds of morning muscle activation we just talked about are absolutely non-negotiable. Section 5, the perfect first meal, maintaining the morning momentum. So, to maintain all that incredible metabolic momentum you just built up, you really have to be strategic about how you break your fast. you need to memorize this golden rule: protein and fat before carbohydrates. If your very first meal is full of fast-converting carbs, I'm talking cereal, toast, or even, traditional oatmeal, they convert to glucose almost instantly. That triggers a massive insulin spike and literally slams the brakes on your fat burning. Instead, you want to choose from a menu of really simple, strategic foods. 2 to 3 eggs cooked in olive oil, that gives you an incredible blast of protein and healthy fats. Half an avocado brings in fiber and potassium to balance your electrolytes. Walnuts or almonds offer massive satiation, so you're not hungry an hour later. And a black coffee or green tea, they contain natural compounds that actively support your insulin sensitivity. Eating these specific foods first completely blunts that insulin response and triggers a totally different hormone called glucagon, which actually mobilizes your stored fat to be used for energy. I want to really emphasize this core message for you one last time. Your body is not broken. Your metabolism is not your enemy. It's really just a highly responsive system. And up until right now, you've probably just been accidentally sending it the wrong morning signals. But now you know, when you utilize those 3 simple minutes, activating your muscles, calming your cortisol with your breath, and deeply hydrating your cells, you literally change your entire hormonal trajectory for the rest of the day. So my final question to you is this: are you ready to send your body a completely different message tomorrow morning? I really hope you are. Take this knowledge, apply it tomorrow, and go start reclaiming your metabolism.